All right, so this is my, it's actually my brother-in-law's. He bought it, I think he bought it brand new back in, well, 99, maybe 9. Yeah, it's 1999, so he bought it back in 99 or 98, whenever these things were new. It's, worked well. He had a plow on it. And you can tell that the front tires are bald because these are like all-time four-wheel drive. And when I got it, it was sitting back by the woods behind their garage in the rear of their house. It was rough. It had moss growing all over it. The carburetor, I might still have pictures of that. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. You wouldn't believe what the stuff that was in the carburetor, and I've never seen anything like it. It was like, it's like you made Jello and stuck it in the carburetor, and then it ate everything. But it's a '99 Kawasaki Bayou 300 four-wheel drive, and they're all-time four-wheel drive. They don't come out. This is a high and low. I think it's a high and low range. So the deal was, it was leaking oil real bad and like locking up. And I told him, I said, well, I'll take it down and fix it if you give me the plow off of it. And the plow is, you can kind of see it over there. And what I did was I took the mount, I had to modify it a little bit, and I mounted, cut the mount and everything, put it on here. And the plow hooks up, works well on here. I didn't have the handle for the plow, so I just bought a cheap Harbor Freight winch. Put it on there and run it up and down with, I put the thumb switch up here. I don't know if you can, yeah, put the thumb switch right up there. And I'll tell you about this one a little later, but back to this one, the thing ran great. It was beat up a little bit, but what happened was, I don't think you're gonna be able to see it. Let me get a light. This shaft, you can see in the light that runs to the rear, I guess it's a differential or gearbox, but that shaft that runs back there, the part that goes into the motor, is like a CV joint. And it was just all wore out, like it ran out of grease and was all tore up and bearings were missing. What it would do is it would lodge in there sideways and pull the seal open, and the oil would drain out of the engine. So I figured it'd be an easy fix. You just fix that CV, that joint, And no, that's not the case. They don't sell just a joint. You have to buy that whole shaft assembly from the front of the motor all the way back to this gear box, and it was like, I think it was $400. And I was like, man, it's not really worth that. So I tried messing around with it, trying to figure out something I could do with it. I don't have any of the old parts here, but what I ended up doing was, up in Pennsylvania, there's a it's like a motorcycle ATV junkyard. Those guys are great. Neppers. It's up near Somerset, Pennsylvania. So what they did was they ended up taking the end off. They didn't have any of those shafts that I needed. So what they did was they ended up taking the end off of it and putting a new shaft on it, putting my end on the new, I guess it would be the constant velocity joint, the CV joint, and to make it fit in the motor. So it works great. What else did I do this thing? Oh, I put a new carburetor. I bought a Chinese carburetor. I'm kind of still having some problems with the choke here, because the choke did not bolt up right. See if I can show it to you. I think it's a little bit bigger carburetor than what was actually on the thing. But the choke goes in kind of a different location. That button right there is like, I guess it's like a primer, it's not a choke. The choke thing goes up in the top. But so anyway, the thing that holds it in there is plastic. Holds the cable down in, and it's not real strong, so it's kind of, here's your choke. I think, yeah, when you pull that out, that's choke. So it's not real strong. Oops, dropped my light. And this thing it's pulling up out of the that plastic thing out of the carburetor. So I got to kind of address that. But it's amazing how these things run. I have a couple of Yamaha Grizzlies. I got that Eiger, a Honda Foreman, and this thing runs better than any of them. I have an Arctic Cat side by side, and this thing starts up better than any of them. Watch, it probably won't start now. It's like I said, it's been cold, hasn't been started in a while. So let me see if I can get it started here. So we can choke it. Yeah, see? It's like every time it just fires right up like that. I mean, it's real cold. Choke it a little bit. Let it warm up. But I did fix the fender was cracked. I didn't want it to keep going, so I fixed that. I ordered a battery off of Amazon. I think the battery was like $40. It was no, I got it off eBay. It was $40. Man, it seems to work great. All the lights work. It's all around good machine. It's been used. It's not like this thing has been used. I can't believe that thing started up that easy. Let's see if I can turn this off. Oh, it's on. There it is. What I did, I changed all the fluids in the, the little differentials in the front and the rear. Probably too cold, no stall. Shut it off. I changed all the fluids. I changed the differential fluids, the oil filter, air filter, which was pretty much non-existent. It was just like disintegrated. Changed all that. So hopefully it'll last. And he said about getting new tires, but with this thing being four-wheel drive, they hold air. I just use it, you know. I told him you can't really beat on it because that thing's going to go bad again, that CV joint in the back. So as long as we keep it, you know, just use it. Maybe to ride up in the woods, check traps or whatever he needs to do. It'll last him for, I think, a long time. But yeah, Kawasaki's are, in my opinion, great machines. I don't know if I don't know where I put the other carburetor. Let me see. I'm not sure where it's at. I can clean this place up. I got junk everywhere. Alright, so yeah, that's the Bayou. I think I have, they charged me $100 to fix that axle for that CV joint. Charged me $100 to fix that. And I don't know, I got quite a bit of time into it because when I fixed that, to take that rear end off, I took the plastic off, I took the rack off, airbox out, carburetor off, because I was cleaning the carburetor and everything. It was just easier to do all that because you had to take that rear off, the whole rear end, to get that axle out. I got a little bit of time into it, but I enjoy doing that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty heavy duty plow that I already have it, rigged up. I wasn't really filming stuff then. It is a moose plow. You can see that. Pretty heavy duty. I did that. I have yet to use the plow, so hopefully we'll be able to use it. All right, until next time, have a good one.